Hey, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about mindfulness eating. All right, why would I want to talk to you about mindfulness eating? Because it is very important not just to fuel our tummy, but actually impact on our psychological health and our spiritual health as well. Okay, so I'm going to share with you about my understanding of mindfulness eating because it could mean very differently to some other people. Okay, what I'm sharing with you today is about my personal experience. All right, when we talk about mindfulness eating, first of all, I want to talk to you about the water that we drink. Okay, personally, I do drink alkaline water. Okay, so there's a lot of argument out there that they're saying alkaline water might not be as benefit as they say. All right, the reason that I choose to drink alkaline water is, well, I want to help my body to be able to balance. Okay, once our body get too acidic, we could easily get sick. So therefore, I choose to drink alkaline water to support my body. So this is my personal opinion, but once I started using alkaline water, it does help me to have a balanced diet and mindset as well, because it support my body system. All right, give it a try. Okay, why is it water important? 70% of our body are made out of water. So therefore, it helps us our blood flow, and when we have good circulation in our body, means the good blood flow will go into our brain, okay, and then at the same time will bring sufficient oxygen. Okay, oxygen is one of the food for our brain too. So it is important that for us to have sufficient oxygen, therefore we will be calmer and live in a more peaceful environment. All right. So besides water, that we need to supply ourselves, because we could go with days without food, but we can't go without water for days. Okay. Therefore, make sure you're hydrating your body, and it also help you to digest your food and absorption as well. Okay. Let's get back to the food that we're going to talk about. All right. So mindfulness eating, what does that mean? What I look at is few things, not just what we put in our body. Mindfulness is something that when we eat, we don't get distracted. Don't sit at your work desk or in front of your computer to have a meal. That's not mindfulness. You're busy working with something and without knowing what you have eaten. And therefore, you might actually feel more hungry or eating more. That's the result. Or don't just rush to McDonald's to buy a drive-through meal and then eat on the way to do something. Okay, because it is not a mindfulness eating, it's a mindless eating. Okay, so therefore do not be distracted while you're eating. Sit at the dinner table. Okay, and second of all, being mindful is I would reduce my plate size, because the bigger the plate, the more you will fill your plate with. Okay, so if you reduce your size of your dinner plate, will send a message to your brain, hey, that's a full plate already, that will be enough. Okay, and then by the time when we're trying to put the food into our mouth, make sure you mindfully chew, make it a bite size, at least chew it to 20 times. Okay, it's not just for the digestion, you need to break down your food for your stomach. Okay, it's actually sending signal. The more you chew, the more saliva you produce. It will send signal to your brain that, oh, you have eaten a lot, so therefore you eat less. Okay, because none of us will go to bed when we are thin and wake up fat. It is a journey. You don't just overeat one day and you put on extra weight. You gradually overeat from time to time, especially when we are celebrating with friends and family, or when there's a lot of different variety of food. Especially when I go to party. Being Chinese, we always would like to bring food to share. Potluck. 10 families together bring 10 different dishes. And if you just have 10 different group of the night at the dinner, you already overate. Because tell me if your family are actually cooking 5 to 6 dishes a night to have with your rice. Okay, so my family cook two dishes a night. as a Chinese family to have it with rice. So it's only smaller variety. Okay, and therefore you eat less because you don't feel like, oh, I need to try this, I need to try that. Okay, so be mindful of what you put in front of yourself. Okay, and definitely not watching TV or reading on your phone or your devices while you're eating. Okay, now another thing is about mindfulness eating is, mindfulness eating is to make sure that you are eating colorfully, which I refer to different colors of veggie. You probably can have 3 different types of veggie if you are eating a Western style, and maybe 1 type of meat and some carbohydrate. And depends on the time of the day you eat too, and how much energy you need. Okay, so I'll eat a big breakfast, medium-sized lunch, and a small dinner, because breakfast is one of the very important meal to give us energy. And what is the secret? You need to start your metabolic rate early. Means getting your body to start working and start burning the fat. All right, let me read you some what other people might be saying. What is mindfulness eating? Okay, all right. So I already spoke about the distraction. Okay, so eating mindfully is require changing small eating habits that are specifically relevant and motivating. Okay, what does that mean? Although eating is a long-term goal, eating better is something we can start today. What does that mean? Try to eat more raw food, vegetables, fruit, and so forth, instead of eating a lot of processed food. When it is processed in some of the food, they are high in sugar or high in sodium. They are not so good for your body. Okay? Now, mindfulness eating is also help you to turn your food from temptation to something you guiltlessly enjoy. Often what I hear from a lot of ladies is, oh, I feel so guilty, I've eaten so much. I feel guilty, I've eaten so much dessert. Okay? So you need to be mindful of what you're eating. Okay? To give you an example, what I do is I love dessert. Most of my friends knows that I have like a sweet tooth. You can either to have a half-size dessert to share with friends, or my tactic is I want the full serving. Okay? So when I'm eating a Western lifestyle meal, you know what I'll do? I will choose to eat an entree size of the savory and have the entire dessert to myself. What do you think of this idea? I'll let you to make a decision for yourself. Okay, now I have shared with you some ideas, because the whole thing is I would like you to have a good relationship with food. Instead of telling yourself you can't eat certain things, and I bet you already straight away think about, she knows, she read my mind. She knows I told myself not to have chocolate, but I end up finish the whole bar. Okay? Instead of cutting it out, it's time to reduce. Don't stop yourself to enjoy the food that you love. Don't deprive yourself. The more you deprive, the more you think about it, the more you eat that. Okay? I'll give you another trick about mindfulness eating. I call it the traffic light. I love chocolate. I used to be able to eat the entire bag of M&Ms, the 1 kilo bag size. Okay? I'll either put it in a bowl, a small bowl, a handful. That's my green light to enjoy it. And of course, when you have a small quantity, you feel like, that's not enough. Then I'll say, okay, I'll have the amber light. Prepare to stop. Put another handful in a bowl to enjoy it. But as you eat, tell yourself the taste and experience the sensation, and allow it to melt in the mouth, especially chocolate, or chew 20 times of the food that you want to eat. And then the third time to stop, but you allow to have the third time. Okay? Or if I have a bar of chocolate, it's the same thing. I'll break it into pieces, 3 pieces, small pieces, not big pieces, okay? But green light, allow yourself to enjoy. Amber light, prepare to stop, but you still take time to enjoy it, the sensory. And then the third time, prepare to stop yourself as the last piece. So that's my trick of being mindfully eating, but not depriving myself from the food that I love. Okay, so here you go. That's my ideas of mindfulness eating, and I hope you enjoy that, because sometimes when we feel down, we do want to eat something to make ourselves feel better. Why not? But be mindfully what you're eating, and don't just eat mindlessly. I hope this will help you. If you have any questions, send me an email or DM me and we'll discuss that with you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.